Welcome, Mr. Sandeep. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Tell us about your company. What are you into? What is Greentech into?
Okay. Greenterk Research Development Private Limited basically is a waste management company that focuses on green technology, clean tech, to recycle steel waste. Now, recycled steel waste, we are concentrating on metallic scrap as well as oxides. From this waste and through our process, we retrieve around 99.6% purity of molten metal. And through this molten metal, we alloy it and make various type of steel castings for various industries such as oil and gas industries, shipbuilding industries, cement plants, steel rolling mills, thermal plants. We work on a circular economy model because we do not require power to melt, and we do not create any carbon footprints into the atmosphere. So whenever these industries such as cement plants and stone crushers, they don't they throw away their used products, we take it from them, recycle it, and give it back to them. Because one thing with steel is that no matter how many other times you melt, the properties remain the same. So in short, this is what we do. We work on the circular economy model.
Very interesting that on one hand, you are helping reduce the footprint, carbon footprint. Also, you yourself don't generate any carbon footprint, isn't it?
No, we don't. We don't, because we don't use furnaces. We melt without power, and the uniqueness is that we can set this up anywhere, and the investment is also very minimum, and that's the advantage. I mean, this is our USP basically.
Very interesting. So, this is the first time I'm hearing about steel waste being recycled. We have heard about plastic recycling. We have heard about water, but steel is the first time. Tell us what are the industries that produce steel waste, and what is the size of this?
Fine. You see, steel rolling mills are rolling mills that make TMT bars for various buildings. You must have known. So they generate this flaky substance called mill scale. This mill scale contains a high amount of iron in it, and around thousands of tons are released by these steel rolling mills all over India as well as abroad. Now we take this mill scale, convert it, and as I said, we achieve molten metal, wherein we make different spare parts for various type of industries. So this is the waste which comes from. Now, as of now, around the world and in India also, mill scale is being thrown into landfills. The leaching of this mill scale is causing ground and soil water pollution. So this is where we are trying to, save the natural habitat of our, resources, and also on not using, virgin raw materials from the earth's crust. So this is basically what we do. We're trying to save as much as we can in terms of our molten.
Tell us about your technology. How do you not only help in reducing carbon footprint, but also not generate carbon footprint on your own? Tell us about it. How does that whole process work?
It's a type of like a stoichiometric mixture and a reaction that is ignited once we start the process. So this reaction is so high that it melts the metal or the steel waste, which could be oxides. Basically, we are concentrating on oxides, which I said mill scale, and metallic scrap, iron scrap and steel scrap. So this reaction that gets ignited, it's so high that the temperature itself melts the steel, and that's how the process takes the various stages and then finally become into end product.
For viewers who you made a mention of, it can be set up anywhere. It's not, the setup is not too big. The investment is not very huge. For the viewers who are listening to this program, if you have to tell them, or if they have to understand from you, what does it take to invest and start up a similar business elsewhere in India? Could you share some thoughts on that?
Yes, it takes around 50 to 60 lakhs to start up this business. And within 2 months, one can start going to production, because as I said, there's no furnaces required, no big power generators, and the plant and machinery is very, very minimal in this. So the only thing is construction of sheds and the land area. So that's the main thing that is involved.
Given the fact that you're working with large rolling mills, what are the ideal locations pan India for people to set up this? I'm assuming it has to be closer to a mill.
Eastern India, north, south, west. I mean, wherever there are steel mills in India and wherever there is steel work going on in India, you can create and open this industry. For example, Ladakh. Now, I'd approached us, the MP of Ladakh, Mr. Namgyal, and he was very interested to set up a unit. Imagine there's not a single steel rolling mill there. So as I said, sometimes when there are no steel rolling mills, we can use metallic scrap because that you don't need a steel rolling mill for that. Or you can use oxides depending upon the place and the geographical area. And when you procure steel waste, you procure it for the first 4 5 months. So you don't have to procure it every week or every month. You know, you procure in bulk around 300 400 tons, and then gradually every time once that finishes, you the next phase starts.
So, do you provide the technology and also post-production sales support?
Yes, we are working on sale of technology at the moment. Also, we are looking out for people who will be interested to set up this unit, wherein we will share our technology as well as we will sell it for them, as well as we will provide services after setting up for a period of 6 months to 1 year, depending on how long they want us.
And do you buy back? Do any buyback with them? Any kind of buyback agreement, or do you support
Uh,
them in their sales?
no, I don't support them. I support them in terms of technology, and I provide them the demonstrations, the way how to melt, ensure that the samples are approved in the market, and from there, I give it to them, and then they take it further ahead.
So, who would be typically end customer for, let's say, somebody like you who set up this industry?
Cement plants, uh, power and thermal plants, then oil and gas industries, shipbuilding, and other industry that requires space. But if you look at it, cement plants and stone crushers are the main customers that would require, because each cement plant would require around 1,000 to 1,200 metric tons minimum a year of spares. You know, I'm talking about in Himachal, you have 4 to 5 cement plants, and that's a very good place to set up a unit in Himachal to cater to these cement plants. And as I said, investment is very low. There is no pollution created. So, today everyone's talking about pollution and also about waste management and recycling. So we recycle steel waste, in short, using green technology.
And the end product would be metal bars.
Yes, end product would be, for example, for cement plants, it could be liners, breakers, grinding media. For stone crushers, it could be jaw plates, roller crushers, rings, inner ring, outer ring. Then for steel rolling mills, ingots, but probably ingots is not much of a, there's not much margin in ingots, so we don't probably recommend, working on ingots. But these are the samples that are meant for cement plants and stone crushers.
Tell us about your association with BIRAC.
Actually, I'm incubated with IT Mandi, and BIRAC sometime back when they had sent us an email whether requesting us whether we could be part of it. I was very happy because I'm a non-biomedical company, recycling steel, melting. So I was like very happy, and BIRAC being a very big uh, grant place. So we thought, let us approach them and showcase our process, our technology, and we did. And let's see how it goes from there.
What's the kind of turnover your company is doing at this point in time?
Yeah, we got a company registered January this year. So by March, our shed was ready, but then we had to close down our unit because the government gave us orders due to COVID. So in the last, I would say from July to October, we have done around 4,22,000 rupees in sale from July to October. And now we are expecting to touch around another 5 lakhs by end of January. See, as I mentioned to you, I am working on grants. So hence, as they come, I produce. Now, if I am able to get a good amount, I can increase my production even much faster and quicker. So there's a slow pace with regard to that. But yes, we are doing, by the grace of God, well. Yeah.
MyStartup TV is a channel for startups and MSMEs. What are your thoughts about this channel? We showcase startups and MSMEs.
I think it's a great way to showcase various startups, because you see there are so many startups in India that really require themselves to come out, let people know exactly what. I mean, we're not trying to concentrate on the big startup that everyone knows about, but other startups where people can get awareness of them, and you know where also the startups can get their own startups projected through other networking areas. And having a channel like this is extremely great. I was happy when you told me about it and you contacted me, and I said yes, it's an honor to be part of such a TV channel.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to hosting you in other shows. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.